Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
This is Stellar.
And now I have Battle Report 291.
291.
Which is a Kingdom of Equitaine versus my favorite, the Vermin Swarm.
At Masters Game 4?
Masters Game 4. So,
it's not really the Masters.
It is, because I walked back in the second day, and the tournament organizer comes to me and he says, look, we have a problem. One of the guys got really sick and is not going to make it back today for the Masters.
Okay.
It's like, can you step up and come in and take his place for the next two games?
Okay.
And I'm like, sure, no problem.
What army did he play?
He was, I have no idea, Warriors, I think. He was one of the, I mean, if you're in the Masters, there's like a 50-50 chance you're playing Warriors.
Yeah.
But he said, okay, can you, sure. I'm like, sure, I can play. Whatever. And then I looked, I was like, so who's he playing? He's like, I don't know, it's over there. So I go look, Vermin Swarm. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Oh, and by the way, it's one of the guys I know and play with before, and he's a really good player. So I'm playing Vermin Swarm against a really good Vermin Swarm player with an army that sucks.
I would hope so, since he's in the Masters.
And he's in Masters. And all of them are good players. So, got that going for me. So, that's what I get for being nice. Should have just stayed in my own little tournament. My own little world.
I mean, you won that one.
Considering I took it to 0, probably not. But if I wouldn't have taken the 0, I probably would not. I would have chose to stick. But anyway. So, here's my opponent. He's got a BS Chief as a BSB with light armor paired weapons, tail weapon.
A BS Chief BSB?
A Chief who's a BSB.
Okay.
Light armor.
I thought you were trying to say something about
2 times Ether Icon, Swarm Master, and Essence of Mithril. He also has a Magister, who's a Master of Thaumaturgy. He has the Second Awakening to do the reroll crap nonsense. And a Scepter of Power.
Okay.
He has a Plague Patriarch with an Obsidian Rock. He has a Tyrant, who's his general with heavy armor, paired weapons, tail weapon, Vermin Guard, Vermin Guard Litter, a Death Cheater, and Hero's Heart. That's the guy that ends up with, I don't know, some dumb number of attacks.
Yeah.
Like 7, Strength 5, AP 3. And then a Tyrant, Light Armor, Shield, Potion of Speed, and the Doomblade. The Doomblade's making a comeback. Once they lowered the price of it enough to get the Potion of Speed in with it, it has now made a comeback.
All right, try.
3 units of 10 foot pads, 40 ratted arms, full command, and something. Aquila of Ruin. 20 Vermin Guard with a Champion Standard and a Lightning Rod.
Okay.
7 Gutter Runners, Gutter Blades with slings, 6 more Gutter Blades with slings, a Meat Grinder, 2 Lightning Cannons, a Naphtha Launcher, and 2 Abominations.
Okay. Well, this doesn't have any...
Doesn't have a ton of the...
we call the roly-poly things.
The roly-poly things? Oh, the Doom Wheels?
Doom Wheels, yeah.
Yeah, he does not have those. And he doesn't have a lot of AP10 stuff. He doesn't have a lot of the Toxic. So, because the Naphtha Launcher is the fire thing. So, anyway. We're going to play Dawn Assault and Secure Target.
Okay.
And this is how we're going to deploy.
Okay, how'd that go?
What's that?
How did the deployment go?
I'm not real sure how we did this. I think he deployed... Yes.
Did he drop?
We had to drop... I think we had to drop 3. I don't know. And then he dropped, and I deployed as far away from me as I could.
Right. Okay. So go through the terrain.
There's a forest. Okay, so starting on the left, there's a hill.
Okay.
And circling kind of around clockwise, there's a forest up on the top center.
Okay.
Coming down in the center is a water feature. There's a field over here on the right.
That's what that is. Okay.
A wall down below. Back down to my side, there's impassable.
Yeah.
A wall over here to the left, straight down the bottom, and a ruin to the bottom leftish.
Okay.
And we're playing Dawn Assault and Secure Target. So I had to deploy on the right-hand side. He had to deploy on the left. And I elected to go here because this is how he deployed, and my idea was to run over, because I can't touch this big unit of rats on the far left. He's got the Grinder in there, the Meat Grinder's in there. The guy on the litter's in there. the guy with 7 string 5 AP3 attacks.
Right.
And then the other guy in the front rank is the guy with the Doom Blade.
Yeah.
Then he's also got the MR2 guy in the unit, the Plague Priest, and he's got his Mage in the unit,
Okay.
and his BSB's in the... Anyway, it's just a stacked unit.
So that's where his points are.
That's but most of his points are in that.
Okay.
So anyway, so I'm thinking I can just run over the abominations, and
Right.
we're playing secure target, so I'm hoping to jump on the targets at the end of the game.
Okay.
Is my thought on that. We'll see if that works out or not. And there's a better view of kind of how he's deployed. Of course, he's going to light up the Storm Banner on the first turn, Lightning Banner or whatever.
Right.
And there's my deployment over here in this cram down in the deep corner. Not quite sure why I deployed my general out of a unit. Didn't come back. Didn't bother me any later on. I'm just not quite sure why I did it. All right. First turn, the abomination moved off to the right, bumped into the gutter blades, and then they moved away from it.
Okay.
Just to kind of keep his stuff packed in.
He wanted you to be in the field.
Oh, there it is. There's
there
the
you
view
go.
of it.
Okay.
And then everybody else on the left comes forward.
Okay.
That's there. And then back to my turn. So my turn, I'm going to come forward and just threaten him. Not threaten him.
Is that 4 wounds on your bolt thrower?
It is. This is a lightning
cannon. Okay.
Yep. It's not fun. So I'm going to come forward with my aspirants just to come across the wall and try to induce a charge just so I can flee. And something picked off one of my brigands as well, but not a big deal. So anyway, so they're going to come forward and just do that. Everybody else moves forward hard on the far right to start my flanking maneuver, which we'll see very soon whether that succeeds or not. And there we go. The brigands decide to shoot and kill, I think, 2 of the gutter blades. Nothing major. And then we're going to go on to turn 2. Turn 2, the abomination here in the center continues to come forward. Gutter blades circle around to the left of my brigands. His big unit comes forward, except for the whatever they are, the other unit. The scoring unit goes over here and camps out by the token on the far left. Footpads are all coming forward. And that's going to do it. And then he's going to start shooting and shoot me up again some more with some stuff. But I'm not that scared of the 2 lightning cannons. So, I had replaced the dice with wound markers, so you can see the wound markers on my Scorpion.
Yep.
And you can see back to his turn, he came up forward on the far right and was able to chaff 2 of my questing knight units with the gutter blades.
One of the ones going to try to get rid of your favorite boys.
And the other ones that came over here, well, actually they came over here so they could, if they needed to, if the cannon didn't do it, he was going to fire them and try to put the final 2 wounds on the Scorpion if the cannon missed.
Right.
Turned out I don't think he needed it, if I remember correctly. So, going back into my turn. Oops, why is this? Wow. Back up. There we go. Going back into my turn. So, I can't get past the gutter blades because they're a nice flying wand. I'm packed in really good. I managed to do that favor to him because the White Knights could have been facing straight forward and avoided this mess, but I'm okay with that. The aspirants on the far left of that pack are going to charge into the flank. The Duke of Renown is going to charge into the front of the abomination on the top right.
Okay.
He did not manage to pick off my Scorpion. And then he decided to go ahead and just fire the gutter blades at my
Get rid of these guys,
brigands and knocked them down to 4. And they passed their leadership check.
Well, that's helpful.
It's kind of amazing, actually.
You didn't charge his gutter blades in front of your knights.
You didn't charge the gutter blades in front of his knight in my knights.
You're showing this charge on the abomination.
Yes. Oh, and then the knights charged, the white and the green knights
Okay.
both charged in. Sorry. Yes. Now I understand
Oh,
what
the
the
white
question
and
was.
the green. Okay.
Both of them charged in.
Okay.
Slightly learned my lesson from last game.
Okay.
We won't say completely. And those two units smashed the gutter blades, overran. They could not get, they needed like an 11 or 12, the white knights, to get into the fight.
Right, to help out your guys.
Yeah, but they
So it
didn't.
looks like he killed 4 of your aspirants.
He killed 4 of the aspirants. He directed all his attacks at them. I put 4 wounds on him, I believe.
Okay.
But he's still sticking. He's still there. Everybody else comes forward like you see there. Grail Knights start to face off to the left, figuring that Abomination is going to be heading that way.
Mm-hmm.
And moving forward, we're going to go to his turn 3.
Okay.
His turn 3, it's what it looks like going into it. The Abomination's going to just come.
Sorry. You brought the brigands forward.
I did. I brought the Brigands forward to just try to cause him march tests.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was hoping, and it didn't matter. He ignored them.
Okay.
The Gutter Blades charged into him,
Mm-hmm.
and the Abomination continued out,
Okay.
like I said, towards the Impassable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it for me. Then he started opening up on me with shooting. And let's see. That's just where we are. The unit of Green Knights, he just shreds them, but does not finish them, which is big.
Okay.
It's very blurry. I was not happy.
Those are 2 cannon hits, or?
No, those were breath. I kept stopping the breath weapon. He's got breath weapon, the breath of corruption,
Okay.
with an 18-inch range,
So put that on as abomination.
which he's been trying to put on the Abomination, which I can't let go. I mean, it's the worst he has. And then he has Hand of Heaven, which at one point in this game got a strength 7 attack.
Well,
I'm not sure if it was this round or not, but it actually ended up not doing that much,
Oh, okay.
which was kind of amazing. And then he's got those 2. He's got the trial where you each roll a D3. He gets a D3 plus 1, and you take that many wounds. It's just a lot of bad stuff. So anyway, so the combat continues up on the top right. Remembering my Duke has a great weapon, so he goes last.
right.
So the Abomination was able to finish off the last aspirant,
But then your Duke punked him.
but my Duke finishes him off.
Okay.
So that's there on his turn.
So he's out of line of sight of all your knights except for the Grail Knights?
Who's this?
The abomination.
The Abomination is out of line of sight except for the Grail Knights and the Duke up top.
Okay.
The Duke up top can see him, and it was, I think, an 18-inch charge, because I think I tried it.
Okay.
He's feeling full of himself. He did try it. He's
Okay.
feeling full of himself, so he tried it and failed, and sat out there in the middle of the field. Both the questing knight units position themselves. The red unit I think is 14 away, maybe 15, just enough so that he probably is not going to try to come towards me. It's turn. I think this is the bottom of my turn 3, and I've got to get something to that far left.
Right.
And he's got enough foot pads. The problem is I can't charge the foot pad because he'll double flee from me.
Yeah.
So that's never good.
But you got some cannons. You can't get away with those.
But my thought is he can't get away with the cannons.
I'm going to cost some points.
Correct. So that's what you see there.
Oh, there's a nap to throw. Wonder where it was.
Yeah, he's wandering around with that. It's got a short range.
Right.
And it's only AP 1, so in this
Yeah.
game he's using it primarily as his idea is to kind of chaff with it.
Yeah. Why
And it's
not?
hanging back to be chaff when it needs to.
Oh, he wiped out your brigands, it looks like.
He did. He crushed the brigands.
I'm shocked.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You don't sound shocked. So there we go. So it's going into his turn. Turn 4 coming up. And let's see what we got. Turn 4. So, turn 4, he brings his foot pads over in front of the big unit of knights. Up top, which kind of pins me. His Abomination turns around and goes the other way. Because just facing too much stuff.
Sure.
backs off. The big block comes forward, sitting on the objective, of course.
Yep.
Can't do anything. And this turn, I was extremely fortunate. He's dumping everything into that Duke out there in the field with the Renown and the Black Knight's Tabard. Finally knocks down the Tabard. So it triggers the Tabard. I've got the 3-up ward save, but can't get through the 3-up ward save for the final wound that he needs to get rid of him. Which, again, really fortunate for me, unfortunate for him. Because he was trying to kill him, he's dumping everything at him.
Right.
Which, means he's ignoring everything else. Well, not ignoring, but anyway.
Are the lightning cannons towering presence?
They're large.
They're large,
if I recall. Either that or they're normal tall. They're either standard tall or large. I'm not sure which.
Yes. Shooting over, if they could shoot through your guys.
Yeah, and cannons don't pay for terrain. Or
but they have to be able to see you. So.
But he does have to see me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay.
So that's it. And that's going to go into my turn.
Okay.
Like I said, was not able to trigger the Tabard. So because he was able to trigger it, he walks forward and is going to chaff that unit.
Okay.
My concern, of course, is I break this unit here up on the top, the foot pads. My idea is I'm going to break them, overrun, and then be able to continue moving around is what I'm going to look for.
Okay. And you're the unit that's next to him too, right?
And the unit,
did they fail a charge or something?
Up top, they failed a charge on his lightning cannon.
Okay.
Because they wanted to go forward, turn right, hit that cannon, and overrun towards the next one.
Right.
But they failed the charge, which doesn't help.
And you sacrificed your Duke because you figured you didn't want that unit on the other side of the objective?
I didn't want that unit even taking a role of... I mean, right now, with the Abomination backed up, I move forward a bit. And I didn't want to have that unit either turn north, where my unit that's trying to...
Right.
Where all my points are, or... taking a long bomb charge at one of these units of knights and knocking them out.
Okay.
Because really, there's no penalty to him failing that. If I do leave it there and he makes that charge. So then they got that, and next picture we've got the stuff going around. It's just a cleaner picture of the before. And there we go. So you can see. Magic worked for me this turn. I got the Twining Roots off on the cannon in the back. I got Summer Growth on the unit of Green Knights. There were 2 of them left to bring them back up to 6.
So you clearly killed that unit.
And I heal and I crushed the unit and overran barely any. And then I healed a wound on my Duke Chaff here in the center of the board.
Okay.
So, highly successful magic phase for me.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring it to the end of turn 4. So I really haven't... I mean, the only thing I'm down is my 2 units of aspirants and my... 2 units of aspirants, my brigands, and 1 bolt thrower. He's finally got the one here that was in front of the building. On the bright side, you can see all the wounds that have been racked up on his abomination from them shooting at him.
So you got 1 abomination and... some foot pads that you killed.
Yeah, and the 2 unit of gutter blades. And,
yeah.
Okay. So points are really kind of close at the moment. So he's going to come back to his turn. So he's going to charge my chaff in the center, get rid of him. The abomination decided it's time for him to come play. Okay. So he's going to come forward to where you see there. The gutter blades move forward in the bottom right to chaff my Grail Knights.
Okay.
And the foot pads up top go step in front of my general's unit.
Yep.
And I don't think it shows, but he moved both lightning cannons this turn.
Okay.
Let's see if the next picture
farther away from you.
Yeah. And there's my guy getting beat up by the entire unit. Okay. The Doom Grinder and everybody. Doom Grinder? Anyway, whatever that's called. And everybody else. It's way too much. He can't deal with that. By himself, definitely.
Did they kill him before he went?
Yes. Okay. He's got a great weapon. Killed him before he went, so he couldn't do anything.
Sorry, really got a great weapon.
The Doomblade guy just annihilated me. He only did like 6 wounds, which I was happy of.
Yeah.
He was looking for some kind of record.
Huh.
So we have that.
Okay.
And he put the little marker because these guys are actually facing the other way. Not that he just hasn't turned around.
Okay.
On the far right. And so back to my turn. Both the units of questing knights charge into the abomination.
Mm-hmm.
Just hoping to blow it out completely.
I would think so.
Up top, you can see the general's unit has gone into the gutter blades. I'm sorry, the foot pads.
Yep.
Next unit of foot pads, we're going to smash them.
And the Grail Knights have charged the guys on the bottom.
And the Grail Knights are trying to get rid of those are the gutter blades I'm trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
And moving forward, there we go. We charged in. He killed only 2 knights in the red unit.
Mm-hmm.
We only put 4 wounds on him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did not roll well.
Yeah.
And he's directing all his attacks there because the white knights have a 4-up regen on him right now.
Okay.
Which is 1 better. The general's unit smashed through the foot pads, move forward into the right there where you see them.
And the Green Knights turned in.
And the Green Knights turned into... My idea now is, like I said, the general's unit can make a march test and dash over here and grab and contest the objective on the right, on the left.
Right.
And I've got 1 challenging this other one.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, I'm hoping to be able to deny him the objective,
Okay.
winning the secondary. The Grail Knights charged into the gutter blades, did 2 wounds. That's it, and they ran.
5, 6, 7 attacks.
It's only 6 because he was only 1 wide.
Oh, you don't have a champion.
I could only get 2 guys on him. Sorry, yeah, 2 from each knight and 2 from the horses.
Yeah, no champion. Okay.
No champ. So, moving forward, there's that. More of the same, and we're going to go into turn 6.
Okay.
Turn 6. What do we got? Let's go there. On my screen. So, this is... Why did I mark all this up?
Oh.
That's a good question. So, turn 6. Is this the last picture I have? Maybe so. It must be. All right. This is the last picture I have. So, again, this was a time call and put my camera down when the time, especially against a guy who, who's competing in the Masters. Not really competing in the Masters.
Okay.
So what happened on turn 6? Top of turn 6. Big unit of Rat at Arms charged the white unit in the flank.
Mm-hmm.
The gutter blades rallied where you see them down there on the bottom right.
Okay.
And that was it for that turn. And so the Rat at Arms smashed the white unit.
Okay.
But actually, I got off light. I think he killed 4 of me only.
And then you ran away.
And we ran.
But you punked the
and we the red between the red and the white knights, they killed off the abomination.
Okay.
So I've got 4 of the white knights left. They ran. He said he was not going to. He elected not to chase me because he didn't want to roll a big number and get off the objective.
Right.
So he let me go.
Mm-hmm.
They only ran 4.
Okay.
It's hard. I wish I would have got a picture of it to show it better.
Yeah.
But they only ran 4, so they're sitting right out about the middle of where that blue arrow is on the right. The red knights are no longer in that combat, which I lost by about 100 because of the static res of this other unit.
Yeah.
So now what happens is they fled, but they didn't flee far enough. Because had they fled far enough, the red unit can make a march test, about face to the right or whatever, move up and over to the right and get within 6.
Mm-hmm.
But the white knights rolled like 4 for their flee. They're blocking them. Then they rallied.
Okay.
So they're blocking the red knights from coming up around and getting to the objective.
Okay.
The green knights came in to challenge the objective here in the center, but his foot pads were there as well. And he moved his, what do you call it, the rattling gun, the flame gun. The flame gun moved up and chaffed the green knights.
Okay.
And the footpads came up to challenge to grab the center. So now he has 2 with the center, the token.
Okay.
And then on the bottom of turn 6, I can still challenge for it if I can pull something out, but I don't because the general's unit fails its march test, rerollable march test, and doesn't get on the other objective.
Oh, okay. What did the Grail Knights do?
The Grail Knights, because of where this big, huge unit of rats is, cannot get past the... They can swing past the gutter blades, and then they have to go forward. They swing back to the left and try to move off to the left and get back around. They don't have enough movement to get within.
Okay.
Because that big unit of rats is down here blocking them.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was a good play by him. He kept me off the objective.
Right.
Again, I could have challenged it, I believe. No, it wouldn't have helped because he would have still had 2 with this. He had 2 near this objective and 1 near the other one. I could have challenged the other one, but since I couldn't get the red or the Grail Knights in,
Right.
I couldn't challenge that one. So, because of that...
Were the red guys in the flank or did he turn to face him so they weren't in the flank?
The red guys... Were they in the flank? What do you mean?
After he redeployed.
Oh, after he redeployed,
he blocked you. Did you have 2 flank charges?
No, he turned a bit to block me.
Okay, so only the green.
I could have sent the green knight in, but the green unit in, but that's not.
But he chaffed them
Yeah.
with the other guys. Okay.
Well, I still could have got the green guys in by themselves,
Oh, okay.
but it's not going to matter because his combat reds is more than I can do in damage.
Yeah.
And he, what he was doing is he came up with the flamethrower to chaff the green knights from going at the footpads.
Right.
Which he needed for the second scoring unit.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't break the big one, and the other unit was coming up for a scoring unit.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, so that's where it ended there. Mm-hmm. And again, because of that, we ended up with a, as you can see, it was a...
So he had the objective?
He had the objective.
Okay, so it was actually 11-9?
It was 11-9 with the objective, gives him a 14-6, which is not bad. I was hoping for more in this one, but
yeah.
Anyway. But
okay.
That was it. So
welcome to the Masters.
Welcome to the Masters. I get to get smashed by Vermin Swarm.
Yeah.
Got that going for me. So we're going to end that there and move on to the next one.